How to make good compost. This was easily about 2 or 3 foot above the top of that rail there, so it was about 8 foot high, and this had a sheet go over only in February, and I've taken this off. I grow pumpkins and squash on this over the summer. They've all finished now. Oh, there's actually a bit of a little gourd left over, look, I've not put in the house. So I took this cover off only last week, and we've just got this pure brown gold, which is amazing mulch. It adds nutrients to the soil, it stops the weeds growing, it keeps the moisture in too. It's a great thing to do, and literally I put everything on there. How to make it. So on here, my rule of thumb or rule of little finger is if there's anything smaller than my little finger, it goes on there. So when I'm cutting branches, hedges, doing hedges, things like that, everything goes on here. So even we've got laurel and these things that people would say you don't put on. This sits for well over a year, and anything that's bad will be dissipated. It'll be gone at the end of the day. I put weeds on here too, or the roots. The heat that comes out of this is high enough that it actually kills everything. So here you can see there's no roots growing, there's nothing growing. This is great compost. So we put in here twigs. You think a plant needs its roots, it needs its flowers, it needs its branches. So well, the goodness of what goes into that, we want in here. So we want an equal measure of roots, we want an equal measure of flowers, fruits, leaves, and carbon too, which is your branches. Now you can see we put cardboard in here. As long as there's no sellotape on, that works great. So, veg scraps, all your veg scraps go in here. All your hedge cuttings go in here. Now if anything is bigger than my little finger, it gets mulched, and that then will go straight on the beds. I could put it on the compost heap, but I feel that that's wasting it, and it would make great compost, don't get me wrong. But that will go on the beds to create a layer, and then I have a pile of grass cuttings, and that works really well. Grass cuttings that sat for 4 or 5 months, that works really well with the wood chippings too, because they need nitrogen to break down. It makes a real tight layer, holds in the moisture, and it works brilliant. It stops the weeds growing too. We've got eggshells. Now something I would try and advise my customers, when you put these eggshells in, scrunch them up, because it does help. And there we go. Look, I've just emptied the greenhouse. We've got the tomato plants in there. You can see where I've been weeding. We've got anything that's been cut off the plants. Everything goes in here. Once I've got rid of all this mulch, it's chucking it down. Once I've got rid of all of that, so mid-winter or whatever, so once that's empty, I'll get my bags that I've got there. They're empty bulk bags. I'll cover this over, and this will easily be 2 foot higher than the top of that again. Cover this over, we start filling that. So we're filling then, and that means then we've got all of next year until this time next year. And I will plant my squash and my pumpkins on there. This time next year we will have another bed of 6 ton great compost. That's how you make good compost. Happy gardening.